Have you ever been in a scenario when you finish an awesome drawing, open up Photoshop and start going to town? As you're painting, you realize it slowly gets worse and worse. You end up what some would call polishing a turd. I'm Chin Fong, and today I'm going to cover how to turn your sketch into a final painting. First, you want to determine if your final painting is going to be a landscape or a portrait. I try to keep my painting in the format of popular print proportions. Currently, I'm using 11 by 17 paper, which gives me the opportunity to create wide paintings, which is similar to movies' widescreen format. Now, establish a light source. I want to really bring out the red neon halo, so I casted the figure in darkness. The clouds also help bounce some lighting to the character, but overall keeps the figure in darkness. Next, start masking out the values if it wasn't already in the drawing. Values are very important to make the image readable. If your values are not defined, then chances are your final painting will not be very successful. After you're satisfied with the values, start blocking in some subtle colors lightly. Usually picking a less saturated color and working it up slowly helps. In this piece, I wanted the red to stand out. I kept all the colors pretty saturated, but made sure the red was a high saturation. As you're working, always look at reference. I personally use a lot of reference when painting. It gives the piece a high fidelity that is hard to achieve without the use of reference. As you're moving forward, paint some effects. Effects can be sparks, fire, smoke, or more. In this painting, the snow is the effects, which help show depth. I had some of the snow placed in the foreground, which made it very out of focus, and some placed in the background, which was more in focus, which created a greater sense of depth. Also, the halo had some smoke rising out of it, which gave the painting a little bit more texture. Last thing to do, and the most time-consuming part, is rendering the details. How do you know when to stop? Usually, I focus on the face and hands and any major elements. In this piece, the character was definitely the most important. I spent the most time on the figure, and the rest of the time was just painting clouds. I focused on the center clouds next to the character and spent less time on the ones located on the edges. Hopefully these tips might help turn your sketch into a masterpiece. Sometimes you feel like you might be polishing a turd the entire time, but in art, someone else's polished turd might be someone else's treasure. Comment below about the art turd you polished. So keep practicing, subscribe, like, share, comment, and create. If you like more videos like these, subscribe to my Patreon. It always helps me pump out these videos faster.